everyone, Catweazle here, welcome to the channel and welcome back to Eldritch Horror and Hastur turn 7. Okay, so we've got a minor cock up from last turn. Bet you weren't expecting that, were you? And it revolves around astral travel. It's one of about the million spells that Dexter's got, and I missed it during the reckoning phase, but that's alright because that has only just gone, so we'll do it now. So during a reckoning we have to test law, then flip the card. So because it's a reckoning effect, I don't get all my law dice. I only get his base law, which is 4, so that is 4 blessed dice. And he gets 2 6s, which is pretty good. So let's flip it over, and for 2+, you fold space and time, easily allowing others to traverse the universe. Another investigator of your choice on any space may move to your space. Well, I don't really want to move anybody. Another investigator of your choice on any space may move to your space. I don't think I want to move anybody. I mean, it'd be useful to get somebody blessed, but let's get on with trying to get these Eldritch tokens, so we'll leave that. So thanks to Anthony for pointing that one out. And he had another great idea, which is when you get anything with a reckoning symbol on it, you know, just put it off to one side of it. So I shall do that as well. So it'll be easier to find next time, should we get a reckoning. Right, so that's it. Let's get rid of those. And I think that is it for the short introductory phase. Yes, our first player is still Wendy, so let's get up to New Orleans and let's crack on with the action phase. And here we are with Wendy. First thing she's going to do is she's going to rest. Now, unfortunately, she's got no health to recover. She does have sanity to recover, but she cannot recover it because of despair. So why are we actually resting? Well, we've got to perform a rest action to try and get rid of it. So we flip this card. Oh my god. Accursed memories. Nothing but blasphemous memories fill your mind, driving you to madness and despair. Surely beating the memories from your skull is the only release. Test strength. Yeah, that's going to work, Wendy. Beating them from your skull. What the hell? Test strength. She's got a strength of 2. Oh dear. Right. Can she use a clue and a focus? It is a test. It did say the word test, didn't it? I believe if it's a test. Yeah, that symbol means test strength. So I believe if it's a test we can actually do some re-rolls here. Oh, the one that fell out was a 6. Yeah, I did a 6 again. Always re-roll 6s. Even if they miss the dice tower. So I think that means she's got rid of this. Straighten the Star Vampire up. Let's get hold of that. If you pass, discard this card. Yay! Oh, somebody might want to read the fail condition. There you go. Right, we've got rid of that. So that's excellent. Exactly what we want. And for a second action, she's going to use a travel action, and she's going to travel along on the train to San Francisco. And that is it for her. Let's get across to Tokyo and to Jenny Barnes. And here we are with Jenny. Again, she's going to rest. No such restrictions for her. She does get 1 sanity back. She has got full health, so she only gets sanity back. That puts her back up to 4 sanity. And then she's going to roll on her madness condition, which is amnesia. There we go. When you perform a rest action, you may roll 1 die. On a 5 or a 6, discard this card. So let's get that 6 that we just rolled. And let's give it another go. Come on. A 1. Right. So that has run out of luck. And what happens? Yeah, we just keep the card. Unfortunate. We would like to get rid of it, but 'twas not to be. And on that one, that was slightly different from Wendy's. You know, the back of Wendy's, because there is no test there. You're just rolling a die. So we couldn't have used. We haven't got a clue. We haven't got a focus. But if we had, we wouldn't be able to use it on that because you're not testing something. Whereas Wendy was testing strength, she could have used re-rolls, but poor old Jennifer can't. So she keeps that. For her second action, she's going to move to Shanghai as part of a travel action. So she's going to take a short trip by boat. Next up, it is going to be Michael McGlenn, and he's in Buenos Aires, so let's get down there. And here we are with Mike. So he is now going to rest. Let's check his condition. Yes, he can recover sanity, so he's going to go back up to 4 sanity. If you remember, he only lost 1 because he's got the tattered cloak. So he's up to 4 sanity. He's got full health, so that's cool. And part of paranoia, I think the actual rolling rigmarole's the same. Yes, he needs a 5 or a 6. So let's get a die. Come on, Michael. A 5. What a star. Brilliant. So let's get rid of that. That can go back in for some other unfortunate to possibly pull out. So we've got rid of his condition, which is fantastic. Right, his next action. Yes, he's going to go on a little boat trip as well, because he is going up to here, which is Panama or wherever it is, Chichen Itza or Peru or whatever. I've noticed that on these, there tends to be a wide radius of where it can be. So if it's not specifically stated, that's just basically a Central American space. It could be anything. Right, so he's gone up there. He's ready to do the encounter there, which means we have to move on down to Antarctica and say hello to Dexter Drake. And here we are with Dex. Dex is in Antarctica. First thing he's going to do is he's going to rest, just like everybody else has, but especially so for him because he needs it. So he's going to rest. That puts him back up to 5 health and 5 sanity, I think. So there's his health. And we'll give him one of these 3s and put one of those back. So he's got 5 sanity as well. Yeah, excellent. Righto. So he's done that, and then he too is finally going to take a boat trip. He's had enough of Antarctica. He's going to warm up in Sydney. So there he goes. He is now in Sydney. Excellent. That is the end of the action phase. Next up, it's the encounter phase. And the encounter phase means we are back with Wendy. So let's get an Americas encounter. And San Francisco, which is the second one. The city's vigilance committee shows you how it watches the city. Improve observation. So our observation has gone up to 5. That's excellent. We get an observation out. There we go. You try to convince them that the occult exists. Oh, not an influence test. Influence -1. Her influence is 1. So, we'll have a go. We do have a clue and we do have a focus. A 6. Brilliant. Even though she's only got 1 influence, you can always roll a single die in Eldritch. So, that's cool. If you pass, they offer to teach you what they know. Gain a talent condition. But gain it correctly. Gain it correctly by actually getting it randomly instead of picking it out like a donut. Right, here we go. Resilient. Once per round, when you would lose health, you may test strength. If you pass, prevent the loss of up to 2 health. Well, it's not brilliant for her, but you know what? Better than nothing in it. Right, so we'll take it. And I think that is it. Is it? Yes, there's the fail condition for anybody who wants to read it. And that's that. Right, for a final part of her encounter phase, she's going to pay the 2 sanity. In fact, no, she's not going to pay the 2 sanity straight away. She's going to get the condition first. I've just had a thought. Where's the condition? Right. We'll see what the condition is first, and then I'll explain why I'm doing it this way. Whoop. Despair. Again? Oh! It just seems to drive her to despair every time that she's got to do this. Now, she did get rid of the despair condition, so it's fine. What I was thinking about didn't actually apply. But I'll explain my reasoning in a minute. There's the despair. So she gets that back. Didn't get rid of that for long, did she? And now she'll spend 2. And get 1 back. So she is down to 2. And picks that up. So she's got despair again, unfortunately. We've got 4 Eldritch tokens on the card. It just struck me then. Yes, I was thinking I was playing Jenny for some reason, but you can't take the same condition twice. So it's fine to take 2 madness conditions, but you can't have 2 amnesia conditions. It just struck me, if I can't take 2 of the same condition, say I pick the same one out, I can't pay the cost. Now, I'm not sure whether it counts. It's just like, oh right, that was lucky. Just pay your 2 sanity, and you get to put an Eldritch token on anyway. Or, because you haven't paid your cost, it means you can't pick up the Eldritch token. In which case, I'd rather take the madness condition first, because then I can say, well, if I'm not going to pick up the Eldritch token, I'm not going to pay the 2 sanity either. So I think it's best we pull the condition first and do it that way around. Otherwise, I think if I did it the other way around, I don't really think I could take my sanity back. So yeah, let's do it that way. But fortunately, we did get rid of her despair condition last turn, so that's fine. However, we've got Jenny, and we'll definitely do it that way around with Jenny now. So let's go across to Shanghai. And here's Jenny. So she's going to do a Shanghai encounter. It'll make a nice change. So after doing all those Tokyo encounters, let's do a slightly different one. And here we go. Shanghai. The Shanghai Museum recommends you speak to Mu Hsian, a preeminent scholar of the occult. You send him a message that you hope will convince him to help. Ha ha! Influence! Yeah, she probably put Probably put a load of money in it. That message. So it's a normal influence test. So she will gain +1 die from the Lodge Disciple, so that'll be 5. 5 dice. And she failed. She does get a re-roll though. Bloody hell. What time to start rolling crap. Right. Re-roll, come on. A 5, yes. Blimey. Right. So I should roll in 6 dice. One of them should at least be a success. Right. If you pass, improve law as he shares his wealth of knowledge. Brilliant. So she is improving her law. Ta-da! Fantastic. Right. But that's not the important thing. The important thing is she's actually able to pick up this Eldritch token, which she would be able to do anyway. Now, she's already got an amnesia. So that's a hope that she doesn't pull double amnesia. Because in this case, it'd be worse than double pneumonia. See what I did there? Right, let's pull this off the bottom. That went the wrong way round. I didn't read it. Oh, I'll have to do that again. Let's just check that these are all the right way round. I must have flicked it over while I was doing my amazing shuffling. Right, they're all the right way round. Try again. There we go, and that. And we get amnesia. She's already got an amnesia, so she can't get this. So that goes back in. She is not going to pay the 2 sanity because obviously, like, I don't think she can pick up the Eldritch token now. She hasn't paid the cost to pick up the Eldritch token. Let's have a look at the mystery card. They may spend, so may, it's completely up to them, and gain 1 madness condition to place the Eldritch token on this card. So they have to gain it. She hasn't gained it because she's already got an amnesia condition, so I don't think she can pick it up. That's the way I'm going to play it anyway. It might be different. If it is different, then the next time I play a game of Eldritch Horror with this particular mystery, then I will do it the correct way. But for the sake of it, until the end of this particular game, I'll play it that way. But please let me know if I am playing it right. I can always change the way I play it later. But we do not pick up that Eldritch token. So that means, I mean, we'd have to do another round anyway, but I would have preferred to be able to pick that up. That's a bit of a blow. Okay, so that is the end of Jenny's go. She was unsuccessful. Let's get across to Central America and Mike McGlenn. And here's Mike. And Mike's going to have a generic city encounter. So here's the generic deck, which really I should use a bit more really. I tend to forget it, and that's why I have people having to roll a single die a lot of the times, because I don't realise what the main sort of test will be in a major city and just carry on anyway. City. Legends say that this cemetery is haunted. Exploring the headstones, you encounter an angry spectre. I'm sure I've had this one before as well. Eager to share his story. The experience is nerve-wracking, but you try to listen. Test will. Well, his will's quite good. He's got 5 will. Can't use the cultist journal because it's not a combat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he gets a 6. Woo! If you pass, the spirit gratefully fades from view. Recover 2 sanity. And of course he's up to his full sanity, isn't he? I'll just leave it there for anybody who wants to read the fail condition. So there we go. So he's past that. And what else has he got to do? Yes, he's got to try and pick this up. Now, he got rid of his paranoia condition, so we're fine. So, he will definitely succeed. He might get another paranoia condition back, but that's okay, he got rid of the other one. Oh! That wasn't even shuffling, that was pulling a card off the back. I couldn't manage. Right, let's do it again. There we go. And we get hunger. When you perform a rest action, you cannot recover a sanity. Oh, damn. Roll one die, but at least it's a 4, 5 or 6 to get rid of this one. We could have done with him pulling amnesia, actually. The reason for that is, obviously, then gives Jenny a better chance of being able to pull a card, which isn't amnesia, next turn. Right, so that is that for... Oh, he's got... Obviously, has to pay 2 sanity, except he's only going to pay 1. Because he's got a tattered cloak. Means he gets to pick this up. And we have 5 Eldritch tokens on the mystery. Excellent. So, that is that, I think. And I think I've done that. Yep, I think I've got everything. Righto. So, where's Dexter? Dexter's in Sydney. I get so used to him being in Antarctica, I lost him for a minute. Right, let's get over to Sydney. And here's Dexter in Sydney. So let's have a Sydney encounter. Sydney. Zombies surround a muscular man. You try to summon the courage to rescue him. Will -1. Of course you're going to rescue him, Dex. What's going on? What is it? Will -1. His will is 3. Does he get any pluses? He's got a King James's Bible, but that's a combat reroll, so can't use that. But he is blessed, so he's got two blessed dice, and he's got 1 clue for a reroll. Yay! Didn't need it. If you pass, the Irish boxer is eternally grateful. Gain the Kid O'Brien unique asset. Woo! And there's the failed condition if you want to read it. So let's find Kid O'Brien. Unique assets. Here's the unique assets. I'll just whiz through them from the front. Oh, there it is. Blimey. 5th one down. That makes a change. So... Look at him, looking mean. Once per round, you may add 1 success to your test result when resolving a strength test during a combat encounter. Reduce the damage of monsters you encounter by 1 to a minimum of 1. So that's alright. Could have done with him at the beginning, but that's pretty cool. I'll put him with the Arcane Assistants. There we are. So, he's done that. He's now going to spend... Oh, he hasn't got a madness condition, so he can spend his 2 sanity, and he will gain a madness condition. Let's see if I can do a bit of shuffling without them, and drawing without them all going on the floor. There we go. And he gets hallucinations. Madness. When you perform a rest action, you may roll 1 die. So this is a 5 or a 6 one. And he's testing will if there's a reckoning. So, done that. He can now pick up that. So we now have 6 on the mystery. We've got 2 left. So we've got the one in Shanghai that Jenny unfortunately wasn't able to pick up. And we have got the one in Jakarta that I think the dice tower's over. Indeed it is. So there we go. Funky. Righto. So that is the end of the encounter phase. Let's get on with the laugh and chuckle phase. It's the laugh and chuckle phase. Right. Oh, I haven't got the bloody... Forgot to take that down for a change. Right, so we may as well see what the bad news is. Oh, that's another reckoning. So we've got the Omen Trap movement. We go onto a red sunburst. So that's 1, 2, we're down to 7 doom. Tentacles, great. Reckoning. First of all, it is monsters. We've got the Dark Young. So I think we've got to roll 1 die. On a 1 or a 2, we advance doom. So let me get a die. A 1. So we go down to 6. That is motoring along now. Thankfully, we are quite far along in the game. Let's move this a bit so it's a bit easier for me to use. We'll put it there. Right, so that is the Dark Young. There is nothing else, no other monster that has got a reckoning. So we go straight on to Hastur. Hastur does his normal. We've either got to lose sanity or the lead investigator's got to take a blight condition. Wendy takes the blight condition, pays the cost, and then is able to discard the blight condition. So that is Hastur dealt with. Again, we'd be in a lot more trouble this game if we did not have Wendy. So that's another thing to bear in mind on how well we've been doing. Right. After Hastur, I believe it's Mythos cards. We've got no Mythos cards outstanding. So it's possessions and conditions. Let's see if I've set it all up right and I capture them all. We'll start with Wendy. She's got no possessions that have a reckoning, but she does have despair and she loses 1 sanity. Why is that bad? She's down to a single sanity now. So that is bad. So put despair back. So if we lose any sanity or anything off this card, you know, say the whole group has got to lose a sanity, she will if she's kaput. Right, that's her. Jenny, possessions wise, no reckoning, but she does have the... Oh, damn it! Just to get back to Wendy, the Azure Flame, she's got to do that. I put it off to one side so it'd stand out, and I missed it. But I did catch it actually, so there. It did work. It did work, Anthony. So she's got to do a reckoning. She could lose a sanity off this. So she loses a sanity off this, it's bye-bye. So test law. Well, at least the law isn't too bad for Wendy. So we're back to Wendy just for the time being. She's got a law of 3. And it does say test. Test law. So we can use her reroll from the focus and we can use her clue. So 3 law. Does she get an addition? Arcane Scroll is a spell effect. Secret Page is a spell effect. So she just gets 3. Whew, she got a 6, thank God. 1 success, mind you, 1 success might not be enough. Let's keep that 1 success to the side. I think 1 success is lose a sanity. In fact, it'd be better to get no successes, I think. Channeling the powerful magic requires intense concentration, lose 1 sanity, we are going to have to re-roll. Yeah, we've got 1 success, we've got to re-roll again. So we're going to have another go. She's going to use a focus. Remember, it is a test. We can re-roll. So, come on, Wendy. A 5. Oh, that was close. That was close. So we've got 2 successes. So I think I'm right in that. I think if it is a test, you are allowed re-rolls. Your control of the magic is terrifying. No effect. So that was lucky. If I've done that wrong, let me know. What I'll do is, obviously, she'll die. So, but it's the end of the game, so at the end of this turn, so we should be able to do it with not too much hassle. I can backtrack that one without too much hassle. But I think you are allowed to re-roll on tests. Right, now it's Wendy. Wendy hasn't got anything else apart from this amnesia condition. So there we go. She's got to roll a 5 or a 6, so let's take that 6. And gets a 1. That's showing up. That's showing up my little plan that always works. Except it doesn't. Right, so she's stuck with amnesia. I hope that doesn't mean that she can't pick this up. I hope we don't pick another amnesia up next turn, so we can't pick that up, the Eldritch token. Right. Oh, and then there's the reckoning, isn't? Oh no, I'm an idiot. I'm not doing the test. I'm doing the bloody. It's test thingy, isn't it? It's test will. Forget that. I did the rest part of it. What's a will? A will's 3. So 1, 2, 3. She got. She doesn't get anything from anybody else either, unfortunately. So she's just got 3 will. She doesn't have any re-rolls, but she gets 2 successes. So I think that means we just keep the card. Yeah, we don't have to flip the card. Sorry about that, I was getting mixed up with the rest part of the card for some bizarre reason. Okay, so she's done that, she's got no other reckoning to do. It's over to Mike McGlenn. Mike McGlenn's over here. He has absolutely no possessions with a reckoning. All he has is the hunger condition that he has just got. So I'm not resting, I'm doing the reckoning effect. Test will. Again, it's another test. He does have 2 focus and he does have a clue. So he can do a re-roll, I believe, on that. His will is 5. Has to use his base will. Oh, do me a favour. The one that missed was a 6. Oof. Right, so we did pass. Yeah, we passed, so we didn't no need to flip the card. So that is good. And next up, who do we have? We have Dexter. Right. Dexter has quite a few things. Let's do his possession. I think it says possessions first. So let's do astral travel. So he's got a test law. He's still blessed. So 4 law. He's got 1 re-roll should he need it. But he doesn't. He gets 2 successes. I think that's fine. Yeah, he's folded time and space again. He can actually get somebody close to him. And he is. He is going to transfer somebody. He's going to transfer Michael McGlenn. Why? Because I want 2 people. If I can, I want 2 people to go. We may as well double up on some of these Eldritch tokens just in case. So Michael is going to join him in Sydney. So, yeah, he's going to join him in Sydney. We'll make a decision on whether to send him. He can go to both Shanghai then, or he could go to Jakarta. We'll try and double up on the number of people just to make sure that we do get the Eldritch token. So that's Eldritch travel done. Next up is we're going to do his hallucination condition before his blessed condition. So test. Come on, focus. Test will. So we're going to test will. His will is 3, so he gets 3 blessed dice. I don't think he gets any additions. Yes, his rerolls for combat. This isn't combat. And he gets a 5. So he doesn't have to flip that card. And now is his blessed condition. If we get a 1 or a 2, so we'll roll this 5. Come on, hold on, Dex. Hold on. Why don't they make the top of dice towers flared? A 1. Oh, he's lost his blessing. No. He could get it back, though. He could get it back, because he does have the blessing of Isis. In fact, now he's got Mike McGlenn with him. Then I think that's what we'll do, because he can do a blessing of Isis and then he can move 1 space anyway. So yes, let's try and get them both blessed. He's got, oh no, he's only got 3 sanity, and I can't remember if you lose sanity with a blessing of Isis. You might do. Oh, sod it. We'll think about that. Right, so that is it for the reckoning. There was nothing else I had to roll for Dexter, so I don't think I've missed anything. And what's next? That's the end of the reckoning phase. So next up, we've got a gate. So we've got yet another gate. So it is getting quite close on gates. Istanbul, we've got. So, gates, omen trap movement, you know, we're down to 6. So it is a good job we got so far along before this actual mystery, because if we hadn't done so well previously, we could be really pushing it on the doom as well now. So we've got Istanbul, which means we get a monster. Monster. Somewhat with about 18 toughness, like we always get. We've got a Wraith. These are going to be mean. It's got a green tentacle. Yes, 3 toughness. I don't think we've pulled... Oh, we pulled a cultist, didn't we? Like, that's the only thing that had reasonable toughness. So, that's a bit of a beast. When this monster is spawned, the lead investigator gains a curse condition. So, Wendy's cursed. It's... It could be bye-bye Wendy. So, let's put this on. And then we will curse Wendy. So, you see, by making this mystery really long, that you've got to pick up so many Eldritch tokens, it just gives the game plenty of opportunity for stuff like this to happen. So, we've got a Wraith at Istanbul, and we have a curse condition coming on for poor old Wendy. She can't get rid of this one because she has already used it to get rid of the blight this turn. If we hadn't had the blight from Hastur on the reckoning, she could have got rid of this, but unfortunately not this time. That's not one, is it? No, that's haunted. That's cursed. Right, so she's cursed. Oh dear. Right. I think she's going to be lucky to survive the next turn, to be honest. She cannot recover sanity with a rest action because of despair, so she's in a bad way and she's cursed. Right, okie dokie. Next it is, we've done the gate. It's just, let's read the card. How lovely it looks as well. Ever since you arrived here, you've felt the call of that other world. An entire land of wonders awaits you just past that threshold, and you find yourself unable to resist the temptation any longer. Wanderlust. Each investigator on a space containing a gate tests will -2. Is anybody on a gate space? Nobody, thankfully, is on a gate space. If he fails, he gains a lost in time and space condition. Well, thankfully we had nobody on a gate. Otherwise, we'd have got somebody lost in time and space. Poof. Right, get rid of that. And that is it for the Mythos phase. So, we should still win, but it's getting into the realms now of it's just being awkward. So, the game's hanging on by its fingernails and it's awkward. We've got problems, especially with Wendy. Wendy's in a right pickle. And we shall just have to see. The fortunate thing is, at least she doesn't have to pick up another Eldritch token. She can rely on the other 3 to do that sort of stuff. Right, so that is the end of turn 7. I hope you enjoyed it. The last couple of turns have been a bit more like proper Eldritch Horror turns. After the 5 turns where we just breeze through, these are a bit more like it, let's be honest. Right, so as usual, that is the end of the actual turn. So anybody who wants to stop here, that's fine. I will be back shortly with just a bit of a turn review and some ideas for next turn. But if you're not interested in that, it is absolutely fine to stop now. For the rest of you, I will be back shortly with the wonder of video. See you in a bit. And here we are for the turn review. As I said, this is a bit more like an Eldritch Horror turn. Wendy had a bad turn, pretty much. She did get an Eldritch token, so fair enough. But yeah, she got a resilient condition, which was good. But then she got a despair condition again, and she got a curse condition right at the end. So that was just pretty grim, man. She's only got 1 sanity left. She's got a bloody Azure Flame that she'll have to roll a Reckoning on. The only good thing is, should we get a Reckoning next turn, she is cursed. So there's a good chance she won't get a success at all on Azure Flame, which is good because that means we've got a good chance of getting rid of it, because it has now become a major pain in the backside and we could do with not having it. So that was Wendy. Jenny, she had a bad turn as well. She moved from Tokyo. She managed to get an extra law, but the problem with her was she wasn't able to pick up that Eldritch token. The reason being, she got another amnesia condition. You can't have 2 conditions that are exactly the same. So she couldn't actually pay the cost for the Eldritch token. So that's why I didn't pick that out. I don't think that, I think that's right. I think if you can't pay the cost, then you cannot pick up the Eldritch token. She couldn't pick up the cost because she couldn't gain another amnesia condition, so she didn't end up spending any sanity either, because why bother when she can't pay the cost anyway? Let us know on that one. I suppose there may be a school of thought, Log particularly, who may be thinking, well, yeah, you should pay the 2 you should pay the 2 sanity as well, but I don't think so. We shall see what everybody thinks. Only kidding, Log. And Michael McGlenn, what's he going to do? What did he do, I mean? Well, he did okay, actually. Got up to Panama. That tattered cloak has really come in for him. So it's... I wish the tattered cloak was with Wendy at the moment, but unfortunately it isn't. So he did really well. He managed to get his Eldritch token. He's got a hunger condition, but we're right near the end of the game now, so that's not a problem. He's still got 3 sanity, and he's still got his tattered cloak, so he is cool. Dexter had a good turn, got to Sydney. He managed to get his own Eldritch token on the card, which was good. He's got an hallucinations condition. He did lose his blessing, but we're right at the end of the game, and that was pretty much okay. I'm whizzing through this a bit because I don't want a particularly long episode again. So he lost his blessing. He's got an hallucinations condition, but as I've said, we are right near the end of the game. He did a reckoning on astral travel, got his normal 2 successes, and this time he did move Michael McGlenn because I have a feeling we are going to need him. We have got 2 Eldritch tokens for next turn. So chatting about next turn, I am going to make Dexter first player. I think Wendy has had enough problems, and hopefully next turn will be the last turn. This will mean that Dexter can roll for Blessings of Isis. He's going to try and get him and Michael McGlenn blessed. It won't help them during the rest action, but it may help them during the encounter phase and at the reckoning phase. I do not like losing investigators, so we will try that. He's got 3. He's got 3 sanity, but he is blessed, and he will be rolling a shed load of dice. Is it -1? He'll be rolling. He's not blessed, is he? You know what? He's not gonna do it. He's not gonna do it. We will risk it for a biscuit. He will rest and get 2 sanity back. Is what he'll do. Put him up to 5. Then he will go to Jakarta. Is what he shall do. And after him, it will be Wendy. Wendy's going to do nothing. She'll probably do a generic city encounter, is what Wendy will do, and just hope for the best. She's just hunkering down and hoping she can get through it with this single sanity she's got. She'll get a focus so that she gets a re-roll, and she will rest and try and get rid of despair, because on a reckoning we will lose 1 sanity. So she'll rest, she will get a focus, and we will try and get rid of despair. We need to get rid of that. If we don't, then we're hoping that that green card comes up, because if there's a reckoning, she goes insane. Right, so that's her. She's just hanging on. Jenny is going to try again at Shanghai. Hopefully she won't draw another amnesia condition. If she does, then tough day. We won't be able to pick that up. Assuming, of course, that she don't get rid of it in the action phase. We will rest, we will try and get rid of amnesia, and she will try and get another sanity, put her up to 5. Michael McGlenn, he is going to get himself a ship ticket, and he is going to go to Shanghai. So he is going to double up on Shanghai, just in case. We'll find out. Well, it depends. It depends on. It's another good reason to have Dexter going first, actually. It depends on how Jenny does. If Jenny does get rid of her amnesia condition, he won't get a ship ticket, because he's just going to follow Dexter to Jakarta. If she doesn't get rid of her amnesia, then he's going to go to Shanghai, just in case. So we will do that. That means he's not going to rest, so he's going to retain his hunger condition, but he does have the tattered cloak. So even though he's only got 3 sanity, he does have the tattered cloak. So again, bit of a gamble, but I'm hoping this is the last turn, the turn coming up. So that's what he's going to do, and we will try and win it next turn. It may be that we've got to go a turn after that. Maybe we lose a couple of investigators and we'll have to mess around picking new ones. But hopefully not. Hopefully we'll be able to scrape through next turn. We will be able to get those 8 Eldritch tokens on the mystery. We will have to go right to the end of the turn, because it's only at the end of the Mythos phase that you can turn in a mystery. So our major worry is poor old Wendy, but we shall see how she goes on. Okay, so that is it for turn 7 of Eldritch Horror and Hastur. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks very much for subscribing, for all the views, for all the comments, for all the tactical tips, and for all the support. It is very much appreciated. Thank you. Thanks to everybody who's gone over to Board Game Links. We're now over 100 upvotes, so thank you so much for that. That is brilliant. And what else? Oh yes, as normal, if I've made a mistake, I've asked a couple of questions there, please let me know, and it may be that we've lost Wendy already. So we'll find out. But yes, any mistakes, please point them out and I will do my best to fix them. So that is the end of turn 7. I do hope that you join me for turn 8 of Eldritch Horror and Hastur. But until then, this is me, Catweazle, signing off. Toodaloo.